What's poppin' y'all? Over the years, I've gotten many questions about specific pit mechanics. So today, I've compiled 50 of these questions, and we're gonna do a little bit of myth busting. Does push comes to shove work on yourself? Myth confirmed, push comes to shove works very well on yourself, and even better if you have volley. Does turning off default items break auto buy in the item shop? Myth confirmed, it seems the diamond spade and diamond sword are affected by turning off default items. Can dark pants be repaired? Myth actually confirmed. Dark pants can actually be repaired. I always thought that they couldn't, but they must have changed it at some point. Does being punched reset streaks if briefly sent spawn? Myth busted. Punch at one point did reset streaks, which was extremely annoying, but nowadays you have a surprisingly long amount of time to drop back into combat before it resets your streak. Does stakes work with overheal? Myth busted. Stakes is the worst. Stop asking for the stupid stakes video. You're not gonna get the stakes video. Does gold manufactory work with Pebble 3 and trickle down? Myth confirmed. Don't knock it till you try it. It's actually kinda like a little bit overpowered, especially when combined with extra health perks and items. Does gotta go fast stack with rush? Myth confirmed. Rush does stack with gotta go fast. Does spade swapping give an advantage? Myth inconclusive. I think it gives a slight advantage. As you can see, there is an occasional double hit that happens when spade swapping. However, I'm not 100% sure I was doing it right. If you know a bit about spade swapping, please educate me in the comments. I am very curious. Does monster stack with thick and hearts? Myth confirmed. The full tank build is completely plausible. Does Grim Reaper work with soups? Myth confirmed, and oh boy is it a good one. Grim Reaper plus soups is probably the most overpowered setup for soups possible. Does crush override wasp weakness? Myth confirmed. It looks like if an applied weakness level is higher than a previous level of weakness that the player has, it overrides it. Can volley hit the same person multiple times with the same barrage? Myth busted. Volley can hit multiple people with the arrow barrage, but by the time the first arrow has processed, the other arrows will have already bounced off the same player. Does Executioner kill before escape pod can activate? Surprisingly, myth busted. I thought, due to the wording of the two items, that Executioner 3 would kill before Escape Pod has the chance to activate, but this is not the case. Escape Pod is actually surprisingly consistent. Does the golden helmet count as a diamond piece? Myth busted. You see, the golden helmet is as strong as diamond, but it does not count as a diamond piece, which means that items like the spade and Perun 3 will not be buffed from it. Does regularity work with Kung Fu? Myth confirmed. Regularity specifies that it does not work with combo effects, but it seems Kung Fu's added speed does not count as a combo effect, meaning you can get the speed from only 2 hits. Does skipping Spire temporarily disable your equipped healing perk? Myth confirmed. While Spire's active, any healing perks will be replaced with the golden apple for some reason. Do explosives, TNT, martyrdom, explosive, devil tricks, those sort of things, count as true damage? Myth confirmed. All explosive damage can be negated by simply slapping on a pair of mirror pants. Isn't that crazy? Can Pit Pocket be used on a player with an empty balance? Myth busted. The Pit Pocket effect only activates if the player has enough to steal. Can Telebow teleport out of the map? Myth inconclusive. You see, Telebow can sometimes result in being sent out of the map, but on certain maps, such as the King's map, it basically just can't be used at all due to the way they set up the Telebowable areas. Most of the time, Telebow will actually just refuse to work unless the arrow directly hits the ground. Does Gomraw's heart ever activate while on a Megastreak? Myth confirmed. Even though the combat status is never specified while on a streak, it seems Gomraw's heart does keep track of it. As you can see, it gives the regen 4 when I enter into combat. Still kind of a useless enchant though. Does healer count as true damage? Myth busted. I vaguely remember the healer effect being affected by mirror in previous patches, but this seems to no longer be the case. Does Combo Stun Override Ice Cube. Myth busted. Unlike the weakness effect from Crush and Wasp, slowness levels that are higher do not override the previous level of slowness. Using /offer, is it possible to force an item into the stash? Myth confirmed. Get a friend, /offer them an item with a gold amount after, and then fill up your inventory with arrows or something, and then have your friend deny the offer. Boom! The item that was offered has now been put into your stash without wasting a trade limit. Can you drop items on a Megastreak? Myth confirmed. Some items can be dropped on a Megastreak by filling up your inventory and then dropping the item. However, some items do not work with this method, such as healing items. Does Rambo override extra heart effects? Myth busted. Even though Rambo says the max health while using it is 8, in reality all it does is remove 2 max health. So, if a player with the extra hearts renown upgrade equips Rambo, all they did was just disable their extra hearts. Can you feed Feast to Wolfpack? Myth confirmed. Make sure to feed those doggies plenty of meat. I also assume it works with steak pants, but unfortunately I did not have steak Wolfpacks to test that. Does Assistant to the Streaker work with Wolfpack or Pit Blob? Myth confirmed. It seems any source of damage from enchants counts towards Assistant to the Streaker, including companion enchants like Wolfpack. Can hidden jewels be repaired? Myth confirmed. Same thing with Dark Pants. I always thought sewer pants were unrepairable, but apparently I was just dumb. Does Overheal work with excess? Myth confirmed. Unfortunately, Overheal does not double the max healing after excess is applied, but they do still stack. Normally, you can only hold 2 golden heads. So, doubled by Overheal, that becomes 4, and then with excess 3, it increases that to 7. Does using the golden pickaxe to break obsidian make you extremely toxic and one of the worst people in— Stop breaking my gosh dang stupid middle obby boxes. Myth confirmed. Using the golden pickaxe is literally how you speedrun, getting literally every high prestige player to absolutely despise you. Do not use— stop. Does getting teleported into Spire when you have a Megastreak disable the ability to reactivate the Megastreak when Spire ends? You won't believe this, but Myth confirmed. This actually works, and by doing so, you can essentially streak forever without ever activating a Megastreak. As you can see, I have the Highlander Megastreak equipped here, and I have over 50 kills, and I'm still getting more kills, and it's not activating. Kinda busted. Does Mirror 3 increase gamble self-damage? Myth busted. Thank goodness for this one, honestly. The true damage protection reflection does not apply to self-gamble damage. Does Aura of Protection or Hermit or Mirror block self-instaboom damage? Myth confirmed. Getting a pair of pants with Mirror and Instaboom is extremely valuable and greatly increases the utility power of Instaboom. Does Magnum Opus consume 4 vial even if the item is at full lives? Myth busted. Another one that, thank goodness. Magnum Opus only consumes as much vial as it takes to repair. So if an item is only missing 1 life, when proccing Magnum Opus, it will only consume 1 vial to repair that 1 life. Does To the Moon work with Conglomerate? Myth busted. I thought that it might work and convert the stashed XP at the end, but no, Conglomerate just full out prevents any XP from being stored with the Megastreak. Can first aid eggs be stacked? Myth confirmed. However, it's another little kind of glitchy way. By using the first aid egg, and then putting it into your ender chest, and then using another first aid egg, you can stack the used ones, meaning they can actually be sold in bulk. Does Hunt the Hunter disable the extra Highlander damage? Myth busted. Hunt the Hunter does not prevent the extra Highlander damage, but it does seem to maybe reduce the amount of damage you take just from the bounty itself. A little inconclusive, but I'm pretty sure this is just a myth busted. Do fresh Dark Pants have the defense of iron? Myth busted. Just like enchanted Dark Pants, the defense of fresh Dark Pants is only as strong as leather pants. Do regular fresh pants have the defense of iron? Myth confirmed. Fresh pants are just as strong as iron and are just the same as enchanted pants. Does Kung Fu work for the get a kill in mid with a fist contract? Myth confirmed. With Kung Fu, this normally impossible task becomes brain dead easy. Does standing on barrier blocks return you to spawn even on a Megastreak? Myth confirmed. In most maps, there are some places where barrier blocks can be reached, and standing on these will occasionally send you back to spawn. However, it seems to be on a timer, so sometimes it instantly works and other times it requires a tiny bit of a wait. Does TNT break placed blocks? Myth confirmed. The only type of placed block that does not get broken by TNT is actually obsidian. Even bedrock from Hermit gets destroyed. Does Bonk block punch? Myth confirmed. Bonk blocks most on-hit effects, including punch. Does Think the People work on yourself? Myth confirmed. You can actually block your own Perun or Executioner. Super useful, I know, huh? Really, really great use. While in a trade, can you pick up dropped items? Myth actually busted. While in a trade menu, no items can be picked up. So if you want to throw a free item to someone, just make sure they aren't in a trade first. Do lost on death items disappear on death if kept in the stash? Okay, you're not gonna believe this, but myth busted. I always assumed that just due to the way the stash worked, they would be lost on death and all items in the stash would go kaput. But this is actually not the case. Everything from diamond armor to milk is kept on death, but mystic lives are still lost, so it's strange. Does Boo Boo instantly heal when equipped? Thank goodness about this one, but myth busted. Boo Boo's healing is only applied after 4 seconds, meaning you just can't spam it, which is good. Does David and Goliath stack with Bounty Solvent? Myth confirmed. Okay, yeah, no wonder people still love David and Goliath. Turns out, it's absolutely goated with Bounty Solvent. Does weakness disable Kung Fu? Myth confirmed. While any level of weakness is applied, a player using Kung Fu just can't hit. Does Assistant to the Streaker work with Grim Reaper? They call me MF Doom. Myth busted. The game just full-on admits that this combo would be too powerful. What a buzzkill. And that's 50. I actually learned a lot about the game from testing these, so if you have any suggestions for any more myths, I might eventually make a part 2. But for now, make sure to like, subscribe, and make sure your cat does not get cannibalized. See you in the next one. Bye-bye!
How to get through tough times. Cringy.
The chonk chow.
Step 1. Gaslight yourself.
Pickle rocks at the odds. It's about to go really good.
Take him to Detroit.
No, not Detroit.
Looks like the meth is kicking in.
Richard, I just smashed your phone.
You what?
Oh, Lord, he comes!
Good morning, good.